Gemini. Welcome back to the channel. This is Allie with the CL, and I'm so grateful that you're choosing to spend your precious time with me and Spirit here. So, your reading is already a little bit unusual because Spirit said you've got a lot going on. We don't want to waste your time. So, all of the cards were pulled for you already, and we're just going to jump in. I've already cleared the energy, meditated on your reading, and let me tell you, Spirit gave you some cards. Spirit gave you some cards, Gemini. So we have a ton of cards here, and we're just going to see what they have for you. We have Two of Cups, Three of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, the World, and Three of Wands. And so how amazing is it that we have Three of Wands here? As I was meditating on your reading, I was seeing a flag, like a white flag waving in the air. I was seeing almost like being on a ship. And that is very much the energy of Three of Wands here, getting ready to go on a journey. Also, the white flag makes me think maybe you have been embroiled, embattled in a painful ending of a relationship. Yeah. So I feel like you're in the midst of this right now, Gemini. Let's see what else we have here. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Six of Cups, and that's where you want it. Okay. Two of Swords there, and Knight of Wands goes on the World card. Very interesting. So we have a very interesting spread going on here. All right, Gemini, you've been going through it. I mean, I kind of was picking up on this energy before I started your reading, and I thought to myself, I really hope that Gemini is not going through such a hard time as it's feeling like right now. Man, and I'm laughing because I said this in another reading recently. It's almost that energy, like if I didn't laugh about it, I'd be bawling my eyes out. I think you're really trying to keep your own hopes up in this. And I do get the sense that, you know, this completion of this relationship, it is something that, you know, I think this is maybe more your decision than the other person. Although I do believe this is something that's been going on for a very long time. I think you've tried to kind of cover up these emotions and hide them from yourself even, especially hide them from the rest of the world. I get the energy that the person you're dealing with may actually be a soulmate on a certain level, but that the love and the relationship has just changed. I don't think it was really as foundational as you had hoped and as you were hoping it was in the beginning. I think maybe you're realizing now you kind of tried to convince yourself of that. And don't beat yourself up about it. I think you tried to convince yourself of that, and as time has gone on, you've just really realized, like, this is not lighting me up in the way that a relationship should. And how, I mean, I feel like that's left you in a Gemini energy of almost two different emotions. Part of you is feeling relief that your 3D self has caught up with your higher self's knowing. So I feel relief, and I also feel just like crushing heartbreak, because this is not how you wanted things to go. This is not how you pictured things. but it is the reality. And you coming into this reality is causing a lot of pain for a lot of people, including yourself. I think the other people in your life, particularly the person that you're disconnecting from, are having an extremely difficult time understanding. Like, it does not make sense. For many people who are looking at the situation you're in, this seems very out of the blue, very sudden. And I hear Spirit saying, we're only mentioning this because it's something that's been weighing on you. We're not going to hang out in this energy forever. But they do want you to know that I think you've, on top of already feeling this pain, that you're having to make this choice, this decision to end something that has been so important and integral in your journey, in your life up until this point. I think on top of the pain of the actualization or realization that this is ending, you're also really internally beating yourself up for the pain it's causing for everyone else. I don't think you're letting this on. I got to be honest. I think these are like things you think about in the dark by yourself when you're really facing yourself. I feel like you're really beating yourself up about just the entire situation and how it's playing out, and that this is not working out the way that you had initially hoped and dreamed. And I want to first tell you how sorry I am, because this is really painful energy. You are literally closing out one of the most important chapters of your life that you have been through at this point. And transition is always difficult. Transition always requires courage. And it requires you making choices that help your soul grow. Releasing yourself from situations that no longer bring you happiness in the way that you need them to. And choosing yourself. I get the feeling that a lot of people, including somewhere down deep inside yourself, are like frustrated with you. Why? I mean, I don't think you've had a bad history with this person. I don't think you've had a bad history. I think for all intents and purposes, this was a pretty solid, stable is the word that I want to say, a stable energy in your life, but it wasn't feeding your passion, your soul. It wasn't really driving you to like get up in the morning or be your best self. I feel like you hanging on to this relationship as long as you have, hoping that your feelings would change or something would change to give you that spark or that ignition. Like, it's almost like your relationship has been this very reliable car just sitting in the driveway, not being used for years. But it's still reliable. You go out and turn the ignition on every once in a while to make sure it's still running, and like you do the necessary things to keep the car in good condition, but it's not, you're never driving it. You're never going anywhere. And so there's no fun. There's no movement. There's no action. And there hasn't been for a long time. So while it may have been stable, I think it was so stable that you were like, well, this has to be. I got to make this work somehow. And you've been doing that for a very long time until your higher self was just screaming at you like, you've got to stop and make a decision. You've got to, because you can't, life is too short to keep going the way you've been going. And unfortunately, it is leaving some heartache and heartbreak and pain in yourself and in others. But you've got to, I mean, It's not fair to you, is it? On a deep soul level, you know this. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to the other person. If you have children involved or just family members or friends who are really struggling with this, they're going to struggle because you have kept this inside for so long. So give them a little grace in that regard, but also give yourself some grace because you are making courageous decisions. You're making tough decisions, choosing yourself and your happiness and also the happiness of this person is really big stuff. This is not small stuff. So I feel like Spirit is bringing all this to your attention right now to let you know they really want you to stop being so hard on yourself about this because you are making the decision that your higher self knew you needed to make for a long time. And ultimately, even though they can't see it now, it's for your person's highest good as well. They cannot see this right now. And that's okay. That's on their journey. By releasing this, you're literally giving yourself peace. I think the moment you made the decision, you felt a relief. I think making the decision was the biggest part for you. And now you're just like, okay, I've been thinking about this for so long. I've made the decision. I'm checked out. I'm done. But the other person had no idea this was going on. So it does feel very like the rug being pulled out from under them. And again, we're not saying this to make you feel bad. It's just reading the energy of what is going on here. But this decision has brought you a lot of peace. It feels right for you. I feel like you're ready to go after this new journey without pressure, without anything holding you back, without feeling like you're obligated to everyone else but yourself. I feel like you're ready to just go and take after this, and that there is a new journey. You know that there's a new journey. I think you've known this for a long time. But now that you've made this decision, you're really moving into this new chapter, this new phase of your life that is very you-focused. Gemini. It's very focused on self. Now there's two things we want to be mindful of here. We need to concentrate on our higher selves, on the ultimate joy of our highest self, ultimate happiness, what really lights us up, what helps our soul grow in this lifetime. But we don't want to be so egoic that we become self-centered or self-absorbed. And I think this is just a healthy reminder for anyone going through these things, that there is a very delicate balance about choosing yourself, but also choosing the high road. Okay, not being laser focused on, I got to find my happiness and F everybody else, you know. It's just reminding you of the balance there. There is a balance between choosing yourself and also remembering that we, as human beings, as souls, we need to be good to one another and see other perspectives, have empathy. I think it might be, I'm just going to be honest, I think it might be hard for you to have empathy for this person at this moment in time because it's been going on so long for you. But they are just in a totally different energy. They are like, the word I just got was gobsmacked, and I never use that word. I mean, it's almost just like someone punched you in the face out of nowhere, and you're just so stunned, you're just kind of just staring off into space. My heart hurts for this other person, and I'm not saying that to trigger you in any way. I know that you care about this person, but the way your relationship has just changed forever. I don't think it was ever supposed to be forever. I know that was your hope and the direction you wanted this relationship to go. There were different cards for you here. I mean, they can't see the forest through the trees right now. I mean, they are in it. They are in it. And eventually both of you are going to be able to really remember the happiness that you have shared, the joy you have shared, the memories and experiences, the grief and the happiness. Eventually, both of you are going to be able to just have a well of love and remembering your past in a happy, healthy way that is available to you both. But you both are eventually, and this is down the road, I mean, way down the road, but you're both eventually going to have to come to that place individually. So this could take a good deal of time, but it is that energy of you both being able to hold space for the love that you shared and the memories and experiences and the life that you built during this time. You will be able to look back on it with happiness and love. I think maybe you worry about that right now. You don't want this entire history together to be tainted by these icky feelings that you're feeling right now. And I think Spirit's wanting to just really help ease your mind that those feelings won't last forever. You are starting out on a new journey, though. There is no doubt about that. You've been desiring a new journey. You want to see what's out there. You really you're ready to go. I get this energy that there could even be some, which Sagittarius, when I think of Sagittarius energy, I think of movement, traveling, I think of higher learning and adventure. And so there may be some of that energy in your chart right now. I'd be interested to see what transits are going on for you at this time. And I think Spirit's bringing that up to let you know that this wheel of movement and change in your life was always going to go this way. I hope that's a comfort for you, that this was meant to happen, and it was meant to happen this way, because the desire is gone, and you're ready to feel that spark of desire and passion and excitement with someone again. And you and this person both deserve that in your lives. This might just be for one or two of you out there listening. I feel like a couple years ago, you were outside at night and you were watching the stars. You might have been watching a meteor shower or something, and you saw this really amazing shooting star. And you actually made a wish. I know this sounds very like Disney tale, but this is what I'm getting. I think you actually made a wish. You manifested during this event. Several years ago, they're saying that you wanted to feel happiness and passion and excitement in your life again. And that kind of set the ball rolling. Your higher self has always known this, but I think you've kind of been like this charge forward, gung-ho. I have this feeling, so I'm going after it. I'm going to chase it as far as it'll go. Even if maybe your gut was kind of telling you deep down, I don't know. And I think this is a good reminder to you moving forward to help keep you going through so much pain in the future, that it's important to take that mindful pause before we charge ahead and make these decisions. It's important to check in with Spirit, with our higher self. Is this the most aligned decision for my highest good? Is this the journey, the path ahead? Your inner self will always tell you the correct answer. That's your magic. That is what makes you you. And so trust that. Trust yourself. Trust the universe. So this is just a good reminder moving forward to check in with yourself and Spirit before you charge ahead, because you've got the passion to go. You've got the energy and the momentum to go. It's like, let's just take a minute and make sure this is the right path for me to charge down. Let's see what your oracle cards have for you. You got so many cards. Okay, so we have squirrel, Daisy, be yourself. Lavender, tough love. Apple, forbidden fruit. The energy is gaining momentum. And your commitment is being tested. Feverfew. I'm not surprised at all to see that show up here. And verbena. I gotta figure out where to put all your cards. Okay. We also have love and respect yourself on the Three of Wands card. Seek to know the truth. Also on the Three of Wands. I'm just going to go ahead and put the rest of them out here. I have power. It is real. Full moon. And I can guide and lead others wisely and with love. Moon goddess Hina, I believe. And then finally we have sodalite. This is the crystal energy. So this says sodalite. Actually, I have a sodalite right here. Let's hold it while we talk about it. Sodalite, with its rich blue color, has a soothing energy that brings emotional balance, reduces stress, and calms the mind. Cleanses negative thoughts and enhances self-esteem, self-acceptance, and self-trust. Guides towards a confident path of success when one seeks a new intention. An ideal healing tool for meditation, as it has energies that heal both body and spirit. Beautiful. Actually, they wanted me to put the sodalite crystal on the lavender card. Very interesting. So I'm immediately drawn to the feverfew card here. It's number 28, so that reduces to a 10, cycles ending. And it says, I'm going to read from the book here. Feverfew is known as a companion plant that helps others to grow stronger and healthier simply by being nearby. Friends and family have always rallied around you, and now it's time to return some of that support. Someone near to you is struggling. Reach out to them and return some of the love you've received from them in the past. Your own emotional wealth is bountiful right now. Be generous with it. So it can also talk about, it talks about pain, things that can harm us. And so I feel in this decision making, this is very much going back to you and this other person. You are feeling very empowered and excited, and you've made this decision for yourself, but this other person is still kind of reeling. I think if you could find some, they're not saying, go back and love them and whatever. They're just saying, could you find it in your heart to realize how much they are struggling right now? And just be cognizant of that. Not to beat yourself up, just to hold space that they are really going through it right now. And maybe that will help color your words or your actions or your thoughts or feelings about this situation in a way that's a little healthier and more positive energetically for the both of you. The verbena card is also talking about your agency. So even though it was traditionally used, verbena was traditionally used as a plant of reconciliation. So it was carried by Roman and Persian ambassadors during peace talks. I don't know this. I'm reading this from the book. I should just say I am not a historian. But it's something that was carried during peace talks. And I feel like it's more of this same energy of standing your ground, making sure that your thoughts and emotions and feelings are heard, while also holding space for this other person and the pain they may be going through. You essentially, they're saying, have the power to guide this entire situation in a way that is healthy and beneficial for all of you, all involved. I think they're also asking you to just be cognizant of your words as you communicate with this person and the changes that are happening in your relationship. Because you're in a place right now, I think, where you could be pretty, you could sting them, and they're hurting. Their words, their actions of this other person are coming from a place of deep pain and shock. So Spirit's just wanting to remind you, you have the power to guide this situation with peace and love and tranquility. It does not have to go down in flames, you know. It doesn't have to go down in a horrible way. You are the one who holds the power. Yes, you're the one who holds the power to help the situation move in a more positive way. I'm very drawn to this moon goddess Hina card. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She is a goddess, particularly in Polynesian and Hawaiian folklore and mythology. She is the goddess of the moon, and we know that the moon is illusions, things that are hidden, intuition, and journeying. And she's also the mother of the demigod Maui. Her name, essentially, she represents motherhood. And she's the goddess of the ocean and the moon. All of this to say, the moon helps guide our paths. The moon helps, ebbs and flows with the water, our emotions. The moon is the mother energy. And I feel like this is more of Spirit saying you have the power and the ability to lead and guide, to be this mothering, nurturing, feminine energy as you all move through this energy together into a new realm, a new way of being. You came to this realization because your higher self knew you were not living your truth. Only the truth has the power to set you free, and you have that power, and you are making the decisions that are aligned now with your highest and holiest good, and you just have to know it's going to take some time for this person to catch up. I'm drawn here to the squirrel energy. Squirrel energy is about resourcefulness. They bury their nuts for the winter. They're also very quick and can kind of think really quickly on their feet. They're very balanced. And so I think Spirit's asking you just to be mindful of the seeds you plant in your life at this time. That it's good to pause for a moment before charging forward. Again, like the Knight of Wands energy here. I do see a lot of 8s in your reading. The number 8. So that might be a significant indicator for you. But also, 8s are indicative of spirit and eternity for me. The wheel, infinity, This person played a really integral part of your life, and they brought you stability and joy at a time. I feel like for some of you, they may have even given you children. You've built a life together. But you are choosing your highest good, the path for yourself right now. And so you have to trust in that and trust that you can guide this situation in a peaceful way, in a healing way, and in a way that is not any further harmful to you or anyone else involved. There is one more message here, and I think Spirit's just wanting to let you know there may have been another person or energy that entered your life to really help get the momentum started of you making this decision. I feel like another person or energy may have popped into your life that really made you go, okay, I'm not happy where I am. This person like kind of lit a match inside me, and I haven't felt that in a really long time. I feel like this connection or interaction with this person is what really ignited, got the wheel moving, because it helped you realize that you don't have that spark or that inner flame for this person anymore. So be mindful that if someone came into your life that helped you realize this, they may not be where you need to stay. They may have just been someone on your path to help you make this realization and decision. So don't put too much weight into that particular person. That might just be a message for one or two people out there. But if someone came along, like a third party situation, don't put too many eggs in that basket, Spirit's saying. They really may have just been placed on your path to help you realize the gravity of the situation and that a decision needed to be made. And you made the decision. So love and respect yourself. They're saying this is what we're going to end on. And I'm just going to read the card for you. You are never responsible for the actions of others, but you are responsible for you. If someone is not treating you with love and respect, it is a gift if they walk away from you. You may hurt for a while, but your heart will eventually heal. I think this is for you and for the person you're dealing with. Spirit wants you both to love and respect yourself so you both can walk away from this situation healed and intact as you possibly can from something like this. And know that in walking away, it's going to hurt for a while, but you're both walking away so you can walk towards your greatest good and your greatest happiness. Man, Gemini, I want to give you the biggest hug because you are navigating some really difficult energy right now. And I just want to say thank you for choosing yourself when it's the hard thing to do, because that's always the right thing to do. All right, those are your messages, Gemini. What a packed reading. Thank you so much for spending your precious time with me. I am so grateful. Thank you to your guides. Thank you to mine. If this reading resonated for you, please leave a comment down below. Like, share, subscribe if you feel called to do so. Those are totally free ways to help support me and the channel so I can keep doing what I'm most passionate about, which is bringing you messages from the divine. If you are interested in booking a personal reading with me or any of the other services I offer, you can find all that information in the description box below, or you can go to theseaowl.com. Again, my name is Allie. Thank you so much. Thank you to your guides. Thank you to mine. Thank you to Amazing Spirit for these beautiful, heart-centered messages. I am so grateful that I get to do this. So please take excellent care of yourself, Gemini, and I'll see you soon.